Hi guys, it's Monika. So, using Retin-a, it can be a blessing and it can be a curse. And the curse sometimes can be really hard to deal with if you are a woman and you're out dealing with the public and have a very public-facing job. So the blessing and the curse. And this video was actually requested by a subscriber, and she also wanted me to tag some other content creators, so I'm going to do that at the end, and just discuss how to deal with and manage Retin-a's awful side effects that some people have. And so, that said, I do work full-time outside the home, and my job is very, very public-facing. I do a lot of teaching. I also work with buyers and sellers. I help them with the most important decision of their life at that point in time, and that is whether to buy or to move their, real estate. And the worst thing in the world is to have people stare at you because you've got flakes of skin hanging off your face. And unfortunately, that can happen. So aside from the normal routine, I'm not going to talk about how often I apply it, how I apply it, because that's not what this video is about. The video is about how do I deal with the flakes. So I do use Retin-a 6 nights a week now. And the only time I don't use Retin-a is the night I derma roll. So most mornings after I use my Retin-a, most mornings I wake up and I have a pretty strict routine for trying to get rid of any of the skin. But I have found that my flakiness is much more manageable since I started, and I've been doing this for quite a while now. I'd have to really look into my records to know when I started to do the cream after my Retin-a. But I will apply my Retin-a, and because I use a couple of different doses of Retin-a on my face and then on my eyes, I use, probably within a few moments of applying my Retin-a, I use my Bee Venom cream, and I use a Bee Venom cream from Lanacorp. It says it's a Bee Venom mask. This is a really, I like it a lot. So I use this 6 nights a week. Again, this along with my Retin-a, I don't use after derma rolling, but 6 nights a week I will apply this almost immediately. I put on my Retin-a and I let it maybe sink in for a few minutes, and I put a very heavy dose of this all over my face, avoiding my eye area. And this stings like all get out. I mean, it stings like crazy. It really does. And then that dissipates. And because I use the Retin-a on my eyes, a weaker dose, and I go all around, then I use a eye cream. You can use whatever eye cream you want, but I immediately will put this all around. And this is the Timeless eye cream. This is the one that I prefer. There are many other eye creams out there. Use whichever one you want. Again, I'm only sharing the things that work for me. That doesn't mean they're going to work for you. But I apply this eye cream all around my eyes. I let that sink in, and then, if I'm using CareProst, I use CareProst before I go to bed for my eyelashes. But every night of the week, I end up using my Nivea, however you say it, the serum. And I put that on my fat pockets and on my eye bags. I still have eye bags though, guys. The eye bags are still there. But then I wake up in the morning, and most mornings I splash some water, warm water, and I will use a gentle exfoliation most mornings. Now, more often than not, I'm using my glycolic acid from Body Mary. I really, really, really like this. I will wash my face with that, rinse it off. Sometimes I'll use another cleanser, but that's what I normally do. Now, I have these tools that I use mostly at night. If I'm going to use the glycolic acid, I'm not going to really use my Foreo and really rub in. But I am going to use a soft face cloth, or I use my, and this is a really cheap one that I get from the dollar store. So this is not as harsh as some of the gloves that you see. But I wet it really good, and I just make sure that I am working, after I've rinsed off the glycolic acid, my exfoliator, that I'm working those areas that are very, very flaky. So once that's done, I do my regular serums, and the serums can be my vitamin C, typically my Matrixyl. I use my regular morning serums that I always do. When my serums are done, before I do anything else, I will then go in, and I normally, and I alternate, I have a collab video coming up with Marlene Fab and Glam on oils, but so I will just mention the two that I do use. I normally use my marula oil. I put it all over, including, you know, up to my eyes, all over my face. And that, I have dry skin, guys. So that, to me, that makes a huge, huge, huge difference. After that has soaked in, I go have some coffee, I do whatever. Maybe I'm starting my mascara because I do things backwards. I do my mascara before I do anything else. Once I've done all that, I normally, every day of the week, 7 days a week, whether I'm going out or not, whether it's summer, winter, it doesn't matter, I definitely use the sunblock. So I'm using and loving the Mineral Lotion Non-Greasy Australian Gold. This is a 50 SPF. I've been using this for quite a while. I absolutely love it. From the day I found it to today, I still use this every single day. I can only use this, though, when I put oil on my face because this is non-greasy. And I have dry skin. So I put that all over my face, a very, very generous amount of it. I think I kind of use it almost like a primer of sorts. I let that soak in, and then I will put my foundation on. Whatever foundation I'm using, it's usually my It Cosmetics CC Cream Illumination or my number 7 Lift and Illuminate. I love the number 7 Lift and Illuminate. I put that on my skin, finish my makeup, and then when I'm all set, I typically will take my ordinary squalene and I will tap that on my trouble areas. And right now I'm flaking all through here, and I would pat that on. I would also pat it on under my eyes. And then I go to work. And throughout the day, I am monitoring the condition of my skin. I have one of those little towelettes that you have, and if I need to, I will wash down an area, take off the skin, you know, with a little exfoliating wipe or whatever. But I have a bottle of the squalene, the ordinary squalene. I have a couple of other face oils, but this is the one I have in the office. And I will then put that on any trouble areas if I have any. I really, you know, I really, really like the oils. Exfoliation is the key for me to get rid of the dead skin. I alternate. Some mornings I use my lactic acid. Yes, I will put this on. I'll put it all over my face, avoiding the eye area, of course, or any really super, you know, getting in there. And I might let it sit on my face for maybe 10 minutes, and then I kind of wash it off. And I notice a big difference in the lifting of the dead skin. And like I said, RetinA use is a blessing and a curse. And the curse is all that dead skin that you have to get it off. And the blessing is what's underneath it. So for me, it is definitely worth it. Some mornings I use the ordinary toner. Now, you know, anything I can do to slough off that dead skin and then protect the skin underneath it is what I'm going to do. Managing, oops, sorry about that. Managing those flakes day in and day out as I face the public, for me, is really crucial. And the only way I can effectively do that is to make sure that my skin is extremely hydrated. Extremely hydrated. I use a lot of hyaluronic acid products, and I use a lot of face oils. Now, if I had oily skin, I'd be leery on some of the face oils, but my skin is dry. And there are some face oils that are excellent for oily skin as well. So do your research on that. But I really, really, for me anyways, a face oil has made a huge difference. So I hope these tips have helped. I am going to tag the ladies that my subscriber asked me to tag, and if I don't mention your name and you use RetinA and you want to do this tag, please do it. But the tag is simply, how do you handle the flakiness and peeling from your RetinA use? And the folks that she mentioned was Natalie, the Beauty Diva, and Melissa 55, Carol from the O'Carroll Show. She also mentioned Mary Ellen After 60, and Marlene Fab and Glam. And anyone else that's using RetinA, please jump in and do the tag. That would be absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for watching, and please support the mature community. Please like, subscribe, and comment on our videos. It'll truly help us because, you know, to brands, the mature ladies are sort of a silent majority out there, or minority, you know. And I think that the more we support each other, the more brands will be aware of the fact that, you know, we do have needs and we are a force to be reckoned with, and we should be heard. So I encourage you all. I have a link below of other ladies in the mature community. Please check them out. Please like, subscribe, and support us all. Thank you so very much. Bye, guys.